Hello. Okay, whoops, I turned that off. All right, so today we're talking about energy still. We talked about it this week, but we're going to sort of finish up with potential or kinetic, and then tomorrow you're going to talk about the energy transfers, and then we're going to go and we're going to look a little bit more in depthly, a little bit more into sound and light energy. Okay, so let's talk. Today we're going to talk about potential and kinetic energy, okay? So have a piece of paper, make sure that you take these notes and then put them in your science binder or science tab of your binder. So potential and then kinetic energy. So we've already talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about potential and kinetic energy. All right, so what is potential or kinetic? So potential energy is stored energy. Waiting to work. An example would be my pen. My pen on the table. Okay, so when I set my pen there, that has potential energy. If a force is moved upon it, it's going to move. It'll have kinetic. All right, my force is my finger moving my pen. So potential energy is storage energy waiting to work. So if potential energy is stored energy, then kinetic is energy that's working. Energy that is moving. So an example would be my rolling pin. Okay, so that would be the example of kinetic energy. All right, so let's think about, I'm going to draw. I'm going to try to draw. You know, I'm not very good at drawing, but. So if I have a tree, okay, and I have an apple in my tree. Okay, so I have apples in there. But I also have an apple. I have an apple right here, but I also have an apple falling. I guess I could put an arrow. So, okay. So this apple has potential. It could fall. Okay, it's got energy waiting there. If enough wind blew, that apple's going to fall in the ground. And then this little fella, he's moving already, so he has kinetic energy. He was in the tree, and he had potential. He was waiting. A big wind knocked him down, so as he's falling, he has kinetic. Once he gets to the ground, though, his energy will be potential again. Okay, he could move. Maybe if the wind blew again, or maybe if an animal or a person kicked the apple. So he's got potential energy until there's a force moved upon it. Okay. All right, let's think about Okay, what about, now again, I cannot draw, so. What about a roller coaster? All right, so here's my little cart. And then here's my other little cart. So this guy, you know, if you're on a roller coaster and you go to the top of the hill and just for a second, you're going to sit there, right? So that would be potential. You're waiting on gravity to push you over, to be that force. And this fella, well, his cart's just going, right? He's heading down that hill, so he's got kinetic. All right, and then one more. What about a ball? So I don't know how I'm going to draw this. I'm trying to get my mind around it. Okay, so here's the person. Okay. So here's this ball. Okay, it's just sitting on the ground. But she has just kicked one. And it's, whoa, it's going. Okay. It has what? Kinetic. And then this little fella has potential. Hasn't moved yet, but she's going to kick it at will. And once she kicks it, it's got kinetic. It's in motion. So I'm going to put over here to the side that a force has to act upon something to have it moved. A force has to happen. That's not the best way to say that, but happen for energy to move. To move or stop, actually. Because that apple would continue to fall until it hit the ground, right? Until it had a force on it. And just the same way about that apple just sitting there. There has to be a force to have it moving, right? But then there's a force to stop it, to make it potential, the ground. Okay, you're going to have an activity assignment to complete, and then I think you're going to be finished with science, but don't quote me. All right, bye.